back here from the Richard Schwartz and Associates Studios. Tanner Marler alongside Cody Blazak. If you're just joining us, we just went over our Week 6 reactions to the MHS AA season. Go back and rewind a little bit to listen to those. But now let's get into some volleyball. And we're going to go in order here. A quick reminder, we're only going to be covering the players that won Miss Volleyball that are in our coverage area, which to our great fortune, there are plenty. And if you're
over
wondering,
half.
Yeah, and if you're wondering what our coverage area is, it's over there. It's on a map. Well, you can look at that at some point. But starting with 1A, Miley Switcher in Pine Grove. They've led Pine Grove. She has led Pine Grove in sweeps of Myrtle and Wheeler so far in the playoffs. And that's right, folks. We are already in round 2. The next time you hear this, we'll be talking about real state championship matchups for MHSAA volleyball.
I mean, it's coming, and it's coming quick. And like you said, Switcher kind of – what's crazy to me is she is a sophomore.
Yeah.
And she's a Miss Mississippi Volleyball, which is insane to me, at least as a sophomore. But, I mean, has already surpassed 1,000 career assists.
Yeah.
As a sophomore. So your
teammates are doing a lot there, but it's also on the setup, lady.
Yeah, to me, 2,000 is very much in the picture for a career, if not more.
100%.
And even crazier, she had 406 assists this season, which means she had over 500 last year. So, I mean, she's got herself a lot of volleyball ahead of her, but already off to a great start.
Yeah, and could get close to that 500 mark again, depending on how these postseason matchups go.
And I don't know if 406 assists is more crazier or 62 aces.
Yeah, that's another thing, is she is dangerous.
I mean,
on the serve. Dangerous. Pine Grove, a women's sports powerhouse in 1A. You look at the basketball resume, it's there. You look at the volleyball resume, it's there. Just a really fun group to watch.
To 2A.
You knew it was coming.
I think.
Is this a shocker to anybody?
Well, I think it is the Miss Volleyball.
I think you're right. Macy Pfeiffer wins 2A Miss Volleyball for Ingomar. She leads the team with 5.1 kills per set, which is an insane statistic. Has 510 kills on the season through Tuesday. And Cody, this begs the question: is Macy Pfeiffer the most decorated women's athlete in Mississippi history? Because think about this. Multiple titles in volleyball, multiple titles in basketball. Last season for softball, just for fun, she has 20 home runs, okay? Miss Volleyball 2 years running, the Gatorade Player of the Year last season. Is there a more decorated athlete in Mississippi high school's women's sports history?
If she isn't now, by the time basketball and softball are over, I would have to bet she will be.
If she plays softball.
Yeah.
And
she's
by the way,
playing basketball, but yeah.
By the way, she played golf this year just for fun. She's advanced to the state tournament.
Can do it all.
Just a natural athlete.
You talked about the 5.1 kills per set, Tanner, and it kind of got me thinking, because I had to call some volleyball games for Mississippi State this week.
Yeah.
And they faced two of the best attackers in the nation. One for LSU and Journey Robinson, and the second for Tennessee and Nina Chiach. Journey Robinson is the number 2 attacker in the nation who is averaging 5.1 kills per set.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Macy Pfeiffer is average.
And I understand one's college and one's high school, but still. And then Nina Chiach,
from a number standpoint.
Yeah,
oh, my goodness.
Nina Chiach, who is number 7, is at 4.69. But still, I mean, if she wanted to play college volleyball, she very much could.
She very well could. Has signed to play basketball at Middle Tennessee State. Don't worry, we will get to Macy Pfeiffer come basketball season, and her little sister and the rest of that Ingomar team, because, again, I cannot reiterate this enough. It's not like this team is just Macy Pfeiffer and then there's everyone else. That whole team is some killers.
Macy Pfeiffer just helps a lot.
She helps a lot. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, Tanner, we've seen her a handful of times in volleyball or in basketball the past couple of years, and we only see her for about a half.
Yeah, because they're usually up at half so much.
Yes, because she's got about 20, and
yeah,
it's really out of reach by then.
At that point, yeah. On into 4A and Newton County. Adeline Vaughn, second most kills in 4A with 321 so far this year. The team has dropped an insane 13 out of 89 sets played this season.
Yep.
They just win.
Which is what you need, especially when you're chasing a 4A title. Newton County trying to go back-to-back in 4A, and by the hopes of Adeline Vaughn, it might very well happen.
Certainly could. Certainly could. And as state tournament rolls around, we'll get to talk about them a lot more. Over into 5A, and the last from our coverage area, Mabry Eason for Lafayette County wins Miss Volleyball for 5A. They swept Cleveland Central in the first round, and they're moving on as well.
Yeah, this is a team who didn't have a great overall record, but what Eason was able to do was put them at 8-0 in district
division
play.
And that's the season that matters, is how you do in division. That's what matters. And I think if you look at Lafayette's schedule, they played a pretty tough non-divisional schedule. So you can kind of see some of those losses. And even in those losses, Eason did more than hold her own. You could obviously tell that she was the girl when it came to this Lafayette team, and rightfully so, because she's 5A's Miss Volleyball.
And Tanner, what's really crazy to me, at least, is all of these 4 players that we have gone over. All 4 of them are trying to go back-to-back state titles.
Yeah.
All of them won it last year, which just tells you how big of a role they play for their team.
Yeah, I'm excited. And, Cody, we're actually going to get to watch a little bit of volleyball tomorrow.
We do.
We got some playoff volleyball here on the Max Out Sports Network.
Boonville,
we're going to be on
headed
the call.
your way.
Yeah,
we are.
Boonville. We're headed to Boonville for Kossuth at Boonville. Kossuth, I believe, just beat Alcorn Central earlier this week, and now they're taking on the Blue Devils. We've seen Boonville so far this year. We haven't gotten to see Kossuth at all. We got a big 3A playoff matchup, and we are excited.
Playoffs are the best time of the year. Don't care what sport it is. Best time of the year.
Packed out gyms. Fans are hyped. The girls are hyped. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Also, one of the best facilities in 3A, Boonville's gym, is fantastic. Cannot wait. Cannot wait to hit the road tomorrow.
It's going to be fun.
It is.
It's been a while since you and I have had some volleyball, but we get the playoffs starting tomorrow. We're here for a good one.
I'm ready. I'm ready. And I hope you guys are ready for the last segment of our show. Which
I know
we'll
you're ready.
Oh, I'm so ready. We'll get to it here in just a moment, right after this break. Stick with us here from the Richard Schwartz and Associates Studios in the Magnolia Fields podcast.